Is it possible that the legends of Hachishakusama have some truth behind them? I'm Kim, and this is Hun Channel.
Do you know that there's a legend of a towering woman who haunts the shadows of rural Japan? Tonight, we'll uncover the chilling tale of Hachishakusama, the 8-foot-tall specter who chooses her victims with an eerie whisper. By the end of this story, you'll learn why those who hear her voice may never be seen again. Among all Japanese urban legends, Hachishakusama stands as one of the most unsettling. Her name comes from her unnatural height, 8 shaku, 8 feet, roughly 2.4 meters tall. They say she appears as a young woman dressed in long white dress and a wide-brimmed hat. Her voice softer and sweet, yet what you hear is not human speech, but a strange whispering murmur. Po, 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 po. Once you hear that sound, it means she has set her eyes on you. And anyone who has been chosen by her, regardless of age or gender, will disappear within days. In the legends, she is neither a simple ghost nor a demon, but a sealed entity. She roams the borders of rural villages, confined by Jiso statues and Buddhist seals. But when those seals are broken, Hachishakusama is freed, to search once more for her next prey. Chapter 1. The Origin. An anonymous post. The earliest record of Hachishakusama does not come from ancient folklore, but from the internet. In 2008, a Japanese user posted a story on the Too Short horror board under the title, "A Story Too Scary to Be a Joke." It began like a harmless summer diary. I went back to my grandparents' home, a quiet village surrounded by rice fields and low stone walls. That afternoon, as I was sitting on the porch, I heard a strange sound. Po-po, po, po-po. I looked up and saw a white hat moving above the hedge. Under the hat was a woman in a white dress, her height towering beyond the wall, at least 8 shaku tall. The grandmother's face turned pale. "That's Hachishakusama," she whispered. "She's chosen you." What followed was a frantic ritual of sealing, salt scattered in every corner, talismans pasted on doors, Buddhist icons placed at each window, and one warning repeated again and again: no matter what happens tonight, do not leave this room. But in the night came the tapping, kotsu kotsu, followed by that same popo voice drifting through the paper walls. At dawn, the family elders escorted the boy out of the village. They told him to keep his head down, eyes shut, and utter no sound until they crossed the border. Years later, his grandmother called. One of the Jiso statues, sealing Hachishakusama, had been destroyed. The post became the origin of the legend. Unlike older ghost stories, it read like a documentary diary, complete with time, setting, dialogue, ritual, and sensory detail. Its realism blurred the line between fiction and truth, turning Hachishakusama into one of Japan's most iconic modern horrors. Chapter 2. Echoes from older legends. Though her name was born on the web, her image has older roots. Japan's folklore and Edo period yōkai scrolls already depicted many unnaturally tall female spirits. 1. Takaona, the tall woman who peers inside. In the Edo collection, Hiyaki, Yagyo, and Maki, there appears a spirit known as the Takaona, tall woman. At night, she stretches her body to peer into the windows of second floors. Anyone caught by her gaze loses their sanity the next day, as though their soul were drained away. Some said she was the vengeful ghost of a scorned woman. Others, a jealous spirit who died in bitterness. The artist Toriyama Sekian painted her long, elongated figure, a prototype for the modern fear of the tall woman. 2. Mikoshi Nudo, the ascending monk in the Edo and Kinki regions, tells tale of another night phantom, the Mikoshi Nudo. When a traveler looks up, its head rises higher and higher until it vanishes into the night sky. If the person gasps or screams, the creature devours them. The counter-charm was simple. Don't look up. Keep your eyes to the ground and say, "I've already seen you." This fear of gaze and height, the danger of looking, echoes clearly in Hachishakusama's legend. She too is a presence that becomes deadlier the longer you stare. Chapter 3. Modern Sightings and Rumors. After her story went viral, reports of supposed encounters began flooding the internet. The most repeated account came from Ibaraki Prefecture, 2013, where villagers claimed to have seen a tall woman in white, long-haired, mumbling incomprehensibly as she walked along the farm roads. One man said that he heard the popo sound and later developed a high fever. That night, he saw someone waving at him from the window. Though no official records exist, these tales multiplied across forums, videos, and late-night TV specials. Several self-proclaimed witnesses posted chilling details. A high school boy claimed that while sitting on a park bench at night, he heard the popo call and thought it was a bird. The next morning, he found his phone's voice recorder had turned on by itself, capturing the same rhythmic sound, growing closer and closer before cutting off abruptly. A woman shared that her home's security camera caught a pale figure gliding along a wall. The shadow's length measured nearly 3 meters, its face erased by the backlight of a street lamp. Whether fake or genuine, these fragments of evidence only deepened her terror, a fusion of sight and sound that lingers in the mind. Curiously, her image mirrors a more recent cultural icon, Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. That same towering elegance, that blend of beauty and menace, as if Hachishakusama had stepped into modern gaming. Perhaps she is exactly there, a reflection of our own fascination with the beautiful and the terrifying, something we dread, yet can look away from. Chapter 4. Reflection and Meaning. From a folklorist perspective, Hachishakusama embodies the fear of disproportion, the horror of something that violates the normal scale of the world. She doesn't rely on gore or violence. Her dread lies in presence. Human comfort depends on predictable shapes and distances. When a familiar form, a woman, appears impossibly tall within a normal setting, it shatters that fragile equilibrium, and the idea of being chosen by her reveals a deeper psychological fear. Most Japanese spirits attack directly, but Hachishakusama only looks. Her victims perish not by her hands, but by their own anticipation, the torment of waiting for doom. Perhaps she is not a monster at all, but a mirror. She reminds us that fear does not live outside, it grows within the gaze of the unknown. And that haunting murmur, po, 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 may be nothing more than the echo of our own trembling hearts, calling back from the darkness.
I'm Kim. Please subscribe, like, and share. And stay with me. You have never faced the dark unknown.